just on the songs, the Hindu songs, you said they shouldn't be banned. But if Muslims made
Yes, they
songs
shouldn't be
saying,
banned.
okay, so but if
No, no,
Muslims
they
made
shouldn't be banned
songs,
too.
they
Well,
should
let
be
him
banned.
finish. Let him
They
They
No,
should be
he
banned,
said
shouldn't
or
be banned.
so
They
I
should
can't hear.
not be banned
They should not be banned.
unless they are like openly calling for violence and killing of Muslims or any other group. They should not be banned.
Okay, so if Muslims had songs saying that all the Hindus should leave India, and Sharia law should be good in India, you'd be okay with that.
I would be okay with this. Like, I would not be okay with that. I will like be okay with them having the right to say that Sharia is all right. But if they are like saying all Hindus or should leave India or all Muslims should leave India, I don't think the like the criteria for this is like in the Brandenburg judgment. It is like a specific place, time, and person. Like there are three or four parameters for it. If it qualifies for that, like it if it is like I will use that parameter to judge these things. It would be better if I
Okay,
had that parameter,
so
but I don't have it.
friendly Muslim. I think what you have to differentiate between somebody saying I like or I'm okay with something, and I think that they shouldn't be banned. These are two different things, right? Just because somebody thinks that it should be allowed, it doesn't mean that they're endorsing it. They just think like that it's bad, but because they should be, even though it's bad, they should have the freedom to be able to, like, make the song, or when somebody says I don't think it should be banned, they're not saying that it's a good thing, or it's
Exactly.
or that they're okay with it. They might be not, they might hate it, they might not be okay with it, but they still think that the government shouldn't still get involved. Do you know what?
Yeah, no, no. I just think there is, where songs are targeting a particular group and telling them to leave or they need to bow down. Again, if Muslims were making songs saying, ex-Muslims still need to bow down to us, etc., etc., I don't think that would be right. I think that
Oh,
that
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 wouldn't
should
be
be
so
right. That wouldn't be right, but it should still be allowed, because like, for example, if a Muslim makes a song that says like ex-Muslims should bow down to us and submit to us, that should not be illegal, because that's not a direct that's incitement of violence, right? There's no direct incitement of violence, so it's a bad song, but it should still be legal. It should be allowed.
But okay. Right.
and another point I would like to add here is like friendly Muslim.
Mhm.
When you say like that Hindus are doing it, I know it they are doing it and it is totally bad. But I would like to point out that it is not a Hindu exclusive things. Like extremism feeds off both sides. So like there
Oh
are
no,
many Muslim songs
I
like this too.
completely agree with you. I
Yes,
completely and for me, if there were any Muslim songs that were of extreme nature against Hindus or Indians, then I think they should be banned also. I also stand against, whether people like it or not,
yes,
Muslim extremism. I can't stand by and say Muslim extremism is endorsed or liked in any way.
yes.
So right then,
Wait,
yeah.
banned by who? Banned by social media or the government?
Essentially by the government, in terms of.
Really? Isn't that too much? Okay, so for example, let's say there's a song by a Muslim that says Hindus are this and that, and it was like insulting towards Hindus. You think the government should? I mean, I agree if a social media platform has community standards that says like, oh, we don't allow this. Okay, I think that's okay. But I think you're going too far if you want the government to say like, oh no, this is illegal. Like, this is policing people's speech. No.
You don't think it's dehumanizing of other individuals, or
It is, but I don't want the government to police that. Okay, so for example, like there are many things that are bad, but I don't think the government should get involved in stop in making everything that is bad is illegal. For example, cheating on your wife is bad. You agree?
hmm
But it shouldn't be illegal. The government shouldn't come and get involved. Like, you're arrested for cheating on your wife. Just because it's bad doesn't mean that the government like should be involved in like everything that is immoral.
okay. So all right. So going back to another, were you against someone having four wives, for example?
Me?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, you're okay
no.
with polygamy.
I'm completely okay with a man having four wives, as long as a woman is also allowed to have four husbands.
Fair enough. Um. Okay. So that was that question. We've talked about the music. Anything else going on in India? Um. Yeah, and by the way, I don't stand against the Muslim violence or calls for any sort of violence against the the MP or
Hit
I think that
Nupur Sharma.
yeah,
I
I
had a
think
question about Nupur Sharma, Armin.
Wait, let friendly Muslim finish his thought because he's
Okay,
been waiting for us. Yeah.
yeah,
okay,
no,
okay.
no, I don't endorse any of the violence that was on behalf of the Muslims in terms of I either peacefully demonstrate, but the calls for her beheading, threats against her family, etc. I'm completely against. So
Wait,
I
I have a
don't.
question for you, friendly
Mhm.
Muslim. Don't you find it a little bit? What do you think about the fact that an attack on Muhammad has gotten more reaction from Muslims than attack on Muslims themselves?
Yeah, yeah, no, it's a problem. It, it,
It's a
it,
problem.
I mean, so we've seen the Middle East stand up, say that we've got a problem here, and we don't approve of this, but there are other things going on in the world that there's silence in the Muslim world and Muslim communities, which I would hope changes in the future. It's something I'm talking with Muslims about being more vocal and standing up for certain things, such as the treatment of minorities. Um, in Pakistan, the treatment of minorities is not good, and there needs to be more voices in regards to that. And the same goes for treatment of minorities in India.
Yeah. Wait,
Okay.
you guys seem like both. This is you guys should both come and talk more often because we're getting a good Muslim representation and Hindu family representation here. You guys are more sensible than a lot of people that
Yeah,
usually.
I'm also
Yeah.
for Muslim ex-Muslim communication. It's been a
Yeah.
personal journey of mine to speak to every ex-Muslim that's on our platform, and you were the last one, so that I haven't been able to get to. So I'm actually quite. You're off my list now, so now I can actually tell people about my official ex-Muslim grading system that I've got going on.
Wait, but we should talk more. This is not like you're just crossing me off your list. We're not going to talk more
No,
often. Like I'm.
no, I haven't. I haven't been able to present my findings
Mhm.
because at the beginning of Ramadan, I wanted to be peaceful, and a mission of mine was to speak to ex-Muslims and see what the relationship was, because I saw it being a very toxic on social media, etc. So I've
Mhm.
managed to speak to everyone. The only one I haven't managed to speak to personally was you, but I actually I've already done my grading of all the ex-Muslims, and you're actually my number two. But I couldn't officially say that until I had spoken to you. So now, when I speak to
Oh.
other Muslims about ex-Muslims, then I can now put you in the list and say yes.
Wait, who's
Yep.
number one?
Yes, that's
Um,
what I wanted to know too.
Harris is my number one at the moment. He was my number
Oh, okay.
seven.
Damn
I didn't think, but you're very close now. To be fair,
it.
yeah. So it's Muslims are surprised when I say, "Oh, you speak to this ex-Muslim." I'm like, yeah, I do, but these are the reasons why. Um, they'll fight, especially you. Actually, I've actually sent some of your videos to Muslims. So listen, you've misunderstood what he's actually about. Um, because yeah, that's another story. But yeah, I'll get into that afterwards. But
Yeah, well, we should talk more. Like, would you be interested in like coming, just having a show? Just
yeah,
do you have a
no,
channel or something?
yeah, I do. But yeah, I mean, I speak to everyone. But yeah, no, I'd definitely like to
Yeah,
have a better conversation with you. Absolutely.
I want. I'm jealous of Harrison. I want to. I'm gonna like. Let's talk. Let's talk. Maybe I can get some.
But you passed my test.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I
No,
did. I did. Okay.
oh, I'd
And
love to know about Iran as well, because I've got so many questions, and I need someone in that part of the world, or and has an understanding of that part of the world to ask questions about. Because
Okay.
I
Yeah. Let's do that.
so
By the way, both of you should email me. Armin.navabi@gmail.com. We could like have more talks because this is
like how
very
frequently?
well. Whenever like maybe like once every 2 weeks. If I'm free, like as I would, like it's hard for me to find people from that are willing to have conversations like this, either Muslim or Hindutva. So I think, like, I mean, this is great. Like, we have an ex-Muslim here who's both against. I'm very passionately against Islam and Hinduism. So, Satya, would you consider yourself a Hindu?
Charvak Hindu, like the Hindu
Okay,
who doesn't
so
believe all the, like, you know what Charvak is.
oh yeah, the atheist ones. Well, yeah, okay, so we have a Hindu, we have a Muslim, we have an ex-Muslim, and we have disagree on our ideology, but we're just having a very friendly discussion. Like, we should show people that this is possible to, more often, which is
Oh,
good.
absolutely. This is why I actually have endured this, and even faced a bit of lashback, from Muslims. But it's they're seeing that communication can happen, and we can disagree, but still have
You,
a conversation.
I have come to believe that what the conclusions themselves matter less, than our
Then the
ability
process.
than the ability for us to disagree. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
I
yes,
think, like,
I do get it.
whether or not, I don't know, Islam is true or Hinduism is true or all of the religions are nonsense. I think that's takes priority of that is second to the fact that, because we're humans, we're not going to be logical anyways. Like, a lot of our conclusions are going to be wrong, right? But our ability to just be able to have discussions about these topics without going at each other, at each other's throats, like, even if we're passionate about it, we could still be passionate about it. But our ability to just be friends with each other while we're extremely against each other's views, like, a lot of people see that as a contradiction. People can't seem to understand that I can hate Islam and attack Islam, but get along with Muslims, or hate Hinduism and get along with Hindus. And people could hate atheism, but still get along with me as an atheist. Um, Showing that that's possible. If you'd like to send me your questions for me to answer during our Q&As, become a patron. If you would like to have a discussion with me live on air at the end of the Q&As, become a YouTube member. Link to both is in the description. Thank you for your support.